think we're ready. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Late Night Show with Dr. Kojo. I am your host, Dr. Kojo, and we're going to be talking about 4 AuDHD dating traps. Traps that you could fall into if you are neurodivergent. And I also put in the title, come see me live this Sunday in Houston as well, because we are promoting a comedy show. Let me see my saying. Can I answer this after stream? Trying to focus. But yes, go with those. No. Boom. All right. Okay, let's get into it. I got distracted for a little second. All right, we have our moderator Leilani here from watching from YouTube, also checking in from New York. I know that. But for the rest of y'all who I don't know where you're checking in from, use the comment section to let me know where you are checking in from today, and also your name if it doesn't show. So we're streaming on a couple of different platforms. We're live right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, both of my YouTube pages, Twitch, and also on TikTok. On TikTok, normally I see people's usernames. So for example, Janny, and that could be her real name, is in Canada. She's in Ottawa, and I see that. But then I see Zenny, that's somebody's username, but I know that they are in California. Single mom goes to law schools in Washington. Andrew's in Indiana. Okay, we have California in the house. California, okay. A lot of people with the home team. Christy, Wisconsin. Madison, Wisconsin. A lot of people checking in from Wisconsin today. Maryland. Okay. Australia on TikTok. Australia. Indiana. Okay, so people checking in from all over as we talk about 4 AuDHD dating traps. Okay, and as we get our seats and get settled in and we get comfortable, I want to take some time to thank everybody who has purchased tickets to the first comedy show this Sunday. The first comedy show of the tour is going to be in Houston, Texas at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club in Houston. The first show sold out. We only had one show for many months. I was just promoting one show, and that show has sold out. So because that show is sold out, we have added a second show. And the second show is what I'm promoting currently. I'm promoting the second show while also thanking y'all for the first show. I will admit, I was skeptical. I didn't know how strong my community was. I didn't know how many of my followers were in Houston. Of course, it's the third or fourth largest city in the U.S. So I assumed that I had a couple of neurodivergents, a couple of loyal neurodivergents residing in Houston, Texas. But I didn't know that people would show out and purchase tickets and show so much love. And that's why I said, to the woman who suggested that I wear gray sweatpants if we sell out the show, I said, yeah, sure, I'll wear whatever. I didn't think we would sell out the show, but I was wrong, and I'm happy that I was wrong. So once again, thank you so much to everybody who's purchased tickets for any of the dates on tour. Not only Houston, but we have Nashville, then we have New York City and Chicago, Illinois afterwards. So we have 4 dates, and we're going to be adding more dates as we go. So as of right now, the first show in Houston is sold out. The first show in Nashville, Tennessee is also sold out. So we have tickets available for the second show in Houston, which is this Sunday at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club. And then we also have tickets for the second show in Nashville, which is May 31st at the Zany's Lab, or Lab at Zany's, however you want to say it. But my community, y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. I just want y'all to know that. I don't think that there's any community online that's stronger and more passionate than this community right here, right now. I mean, I could run through a wall right now for y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Valerie's saying she got 4 kiddos, so it's tough to come out. Look, that's why I'm so grateful for y'all getting these tickets. Because in order to step outside of the house, in order for mama and daddy to step outside of the house, you got to get a babysitter, maybe a dog sitter. You have to do so much and move so much around your schedule just to come out. So I appreciate that. I see the effort that goes into showing out and showing up for a comedy show. A lot of us just can't just wake up and roll out of bed and go and make plans. We have to put things in place. So if you can't come out, no worries. It's all good. But for those of y'all who can, we're going to put on a show for y'all. We're going to put on a show for y'all. Patty, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm assuming I'm going to see you there. I'm assuming I'm going to see you there. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. And Wisconsin is heavy in the comments today. The algorithm must be blasting this live stream to everybody in Wisconsin. And I appreciate that. Shout out to my folks in Wisconsin. Shout out. Kim from TikTok says, coming to see you in Nashville VIP. Kim, can't wait to see you in Nashville. It's going to be so good. I cannot wait to see you in Nashville. That's my hometown. So it's going to be a very special show. It's a homecoming for me. It's a homecoming for me. So the Nashville show is going to be very special. I was in Nashville 2 weeks ago for a surprise birthday party for my cousin, and I stopped by the comedy club, and I spoke to the managers over there. People were really nice. I got to make a promo video, and I checked out the show that was happening that night. It's a great room, and it's a 100-seater comedy club. The laughs really carry. You can feel the energy in the room. The energy is palpable. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. And Patty, yes, the VIP tickets sold out pretty fast in Houston. I didn't know that they'd be selling like hotcakes, but they did. They sold out pretty fast. But I'm just happy you got tickets. I appreciate everybody who supported. I appreciate everybody who supported. And I love y'all. I love this online family. We're one big neurospastic family. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? And tonight, we're going to be talking about 4 AuDHD dating traps. Okay? Dating, I think, is difficult for most of us. Like, in today's day and age where we have social media, and we have AI, and we have DoorDash, and we have convenience literally at our fingertips, it makes it harder for us to be patient with other people. If people can't get it right within the first couple of dates or first couple of interactions, like, we moved on to the next person. We have this illusion of having many options because we can swipe left and swipe right on people. So it's made dating, which probably was already fairly hard, it's made it that much harder. What we're looking to do is connect, but it's harder than ever to connect in this society where I feel like we're as detached as we've ever been. We're as connected as we've ever been. We've never been disconnected to each other. We have these phones, which are so powerful, and we have the internet. And some of us have Ethernet cables and fast Wi-Fi. So we've never been disconnected with each other. At the same time, we've never been this detached and disconnected from each other. So if you're neurodivergent, you might feel like you're fighting an uphill battle to connect with people. But I got four AuDHD traps to educate you all about tonight. And you want to watch out for these traps because these are traps that you may fall into. You've probably fallen into one of these traps before. And I know for myself, I've fallen into all 4 of these. All 4 of these. So I'm 4 for 4. I am 4 for 4. I've fallen into all of these traps. So I'm speaking not just as Dr. Kojo, but I'm speaking, from personal experience. So I'm excited to get into it. I'm a little hot. So we're going to open this up a little bit. Yeah, let's get that fresh air in. Woo! Let's get that fresh air in. So nice. Somebody on TikTok says, my trap is loving being alone. Lala, that is a trap. That is a trap. Because life happens outside of the house, unfortunately. I know. I wish we could stay inside the house and not have to leave and not have to deal with people. And we could just find our folks within these 4 walls. That'd be pretty nice. Think about it. If you could just wake up and magically find your person. They just magically appear on the couch. You're like, oh, this is my person. Cool. Thank you, God. Thank you, the powers that be. Thank you. But it's not like that. Unfortunately, it's not like that. We have to go out and we have to find our people. So this is the world that we live in. And when we step outside, we have to step outside with intentionality. All right. But I got four traps. And for people like Extra Sugar, please on TikTok, who said, mine is one-sided relationships. I just give with nothing in return. This first trap right here, if you can avoid this first trap, I think that will help you. Because when you go pretty fast, you don't know what's going on. If somebody's trying to swindle you out of something or they're trying to confuse you, they're going to make you go fast. They're going to make you go fast because when you slow down, you have time to process things. You have time to figure out how you feel about certain things. But when you're going too fast, you can't tell your left from your right. You don't know if you're coming or if you're going. So we got to slow things down. And that leads me into my first AuDHD dating trap. And guys, that is moving way too fast. And you can pretty much blame the ADHD part for this right here. Autism, yes, we can see it's an autism too, but this is primarily the ADHD. This is primarily the ADHD. ADHD wants to go super fast. You connect with somebody, you overshare, they're oversharing. You feel like this is your soulmate after 2 weeks. Some people call it love bombing, but to you, you don't care because you have a genuine connection with somebody. Now look, it could be a person. I've seen stories of people who have said that they found their person after like 1 or 2 dates and they became official after a week and they moved in together at the end of the first month and they've been together for 37 years. Yes, those stories exist. All right. But I'd argue that if you ran the stats, the number of people who didn't work out moving that fast are more than the people who did work out. So I'm not saying that you couldn't find your person this way, but by and large, the majority of people who go fast tend to regret it. You're moving way too fast. And just like Extra Sugar, please said on TikTok, mine is one-sided relationships. I just give with nothing in return. Sometimes if you're in the middle of a situation that feels so good, you don't realize that you're not getting anything in return. You're just giving. And because you enjoy giving, you must be a giver. Because you enjoy giving, you feel as if you're getting something back. But no, you're not getting anything back. You're not getting anything back. You're just giving with nothing in return. And it's one-sided. And if this is how you present in the dating market, if this is how you present when you leave the house, you're going to be very popular. Okay. You're going to be a very popular person and you're going to attract people who are takers. Givers should never be with takers. Givers should always be with other givers. But that's not how it works. Normally it's givers attract takers and takers seek out givers. Maybe you can find 2 givers who come together and they're hell-bent on making the other person's life easier. That's when you got some magic. That's when you have some magic. But like I said, normally givers attract takers and takers seek out givers. Takers have this spidey sense. They can just look at a giver and say, this person's a giver. This person is the type of person to give their last without caring about what they have. Okay, I'm going to latch onto this person and I'm going to squeeze them and I'm going to hold them for dear life. And them being with me makes them feel happy. So I'm just going to take and take and take and take and take. They can take until you have no more. And is this healthy? No, but sometimes if you're stuck in limerence or stuck in lust or what you may think is love, you don't realize that you're having the life sapped out of you and that you're not getting anything back in return. So this is a dating trap that you need to be aware of. You got to go slow. You got to go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Destiny asks me if I'm a giver. I am a giver, especially in my 20s. But now that I'm a taker, Not that I'm a taker, but I pull back on giving a lot. I've pulled back on giving a lot. And like with my friends, I'm a giver for sure. Like I always look after my friends. I take care of my friends. I'm most definitely a giver with my friends. In romantic relationships, I'm I pull back a lot. I don't like I not that I do the bare minimum, but I do just enough to get by. Nothing, no extravagant shows of affection. Nothing, nah, nothing like that. And we'll go out, we'll have a good time, but nothing like that. No, no. It has to be a somebody that I'm rocking with, and ideally a wife for me to really give. But in my 20s, I was a giver for sure in relationships, for sure. And Ryan is saying, I always find girls easily, but relationships don't last because I can't communicate whole conversations. It's all up front. Then I run out of stuff to say, then the girls get mad at me. Okay, well, you could be masking in relationships. Sometimes we get into situations where we feel as if we have to entertain people. And you, as best as you can, try to avoid that. Because that's exhausting. You gotta entertain somebody. Really? Like, am I your entertainment? Why can't I just be? Like I just want to be myself. Like, can I actually show up as me in that relationship without having to feel like I have to entertain you? Because that is draining. That is draining. That is draining. It's draining. Sava, what's up, Sava? And Lovidia says, I played. Lovidia says, I play dumb with men and observe if they try to manipulate. Sometimes you do need to play dumb. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you do need to play dumb. Play dumb just for a little bit to see how the person reacts. Play dumb. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, there's a new restaurant. Oh, I didn't know. Never been there. Oh, you want to go check it out? Oh, well, no, not now. I'm busy. I gotta get tend to some work. But if we hang out a second time, sure, I'd like to check it out. The whole time you knew that restaurant, the new restaurant that just opened up, you knew that it's out there. It's a block away. In fact, you've been to this restaurant before, but you're just playing dumb so that way you can see where you stand with this person. I think this is strong idea, good idea. And yeah, no, you're right. I already entertain for a living. Like I hate it when I went to salsa night. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I can't remember, but recently. And I'm talking with this one shouty. And she's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I do comedy, blah blah." She's like, "Well, tell me a joke." I'm not gonna tell you a joke. I'm here chilling. I'm not entertaining. I said I got a show in Houston, Texas, on April the 26th at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club. You can pull up to Houston. I'll tell you a couple of jokes there. Come to Houston. We're kicking out the tour in Houston. Come through. I'll tell you a couple of jokes there. Come to Houston. Oh, and guys, the skits will not stop. Like I'm gonna keep doing the skits. Well, maybe you can say kill the chemistry, but she was a baddie, so I hung in there for a little bit. I'm like, okay, I want to hear what else you have to say. Patricia said, I think dating is somewhat easier for me because of my analytical thinking and pattern recognition. So I think people feel comfortable and I like them. I get them, but really, I just noticed your little ways right away. Sometimes when you peep game, you just have to be quiet for a little bit. Like you'll peep something, but instead of saying it, you just sit back and observe because saying something would ruin everything. So just sit back and just go like this. Even if you have no facial hair, even if you're a woman, just go like this. Interesting observation. I'm gonna file that in my Rolodex. Just keep that in mind. Interesting. We'll see if this is a pattern or if this is just a one-time thing. Just take it slow. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, Mickey Ficky. All right, now number 2, the second trap AuDHD people fall into. Not saying what you're thinking early enough. So this seems like it can. Oh yeah. Twist the whiskers, twist them. And this looks like it's contradictory to what I just said about observing some patterns and just not saying anything and just watching people for a while, because that's a helpful thing. But when you are vibing with somebody, okay, let's say you're vibing with somebody and everything is all good. Let's say you become locked in with somebody, okay, and you're trying to see where y'all gonna take this thing. Is it gonna be a situationship? Is it gonna be a relationship? Like, we've been kicking it for a little bit. Where are we gonna go? When you know that you want to take things to the next level, that's the time to start, put some feelers out there. You gotta start to put some feelers out there. Now you can start to say what's on your mind. You can drop the mask a little bit more. Not all the way, because you still have to observe and see what's going on. But you can put out a couple of feelers. You can actually show them who you are. This is like around the second or third date, honestly. You want to say what you're thinking because you need to show up as yourself. You need to show up as yourself because it reduces the work on the back end. Because when you don't show up as yourself, you have to keep up the facade of who you're pretending to be. That's draining. You know what I'm talking about. You know that when you act in certain ways, you're accepted more by people socially. So instead of being who I am, I'm just going to use this mask because this mask has helped me out. The past 3 times I use this mask, I got the job, I got the girl, I got the date. So why would I throw the mask away? I'll keep it in my back pocket and I'll bring it back out when I need it. But generally speaking, you want to say what you're thinking. Not too early, but you want it to be somewhat apparent relatively early. Because at some point, you're wasting your time. For all my folks in here who are 30 and above, something magical happens when you get to 30 in the dating world. Something magical happens. Part of the mask just goes away and you no longer lie. Before you're 30, when somebody says, "Ooh, I've never felt this way before. This feeling is so genuine and rare. Like I've never felt this way with anybody ever in my life." Before you're 30, when you hear that, you're like, "Oh yes, ooh, baby, I'm your soulmate. Ooh, baby." By the time you get to 30, if people are talking like that, "Oh, I've never felt this way before. This is such a special connection." That's a big red flag. What do you mean you're 37 years old telling me that you never felt this way before? That's a big lie. There should be an L on your forehead. That's cap. You never felt this way before? And you got 3 kids? No. You're crazy. Oh, I've never felt this way before. The way you make me. Cap. Big liar. No, you got 3 kids. You got a kid who's a junior in high school. What do you mean never felt this way before? That's cap. Diabolical is the correct word. It's diabolical. It's diabolical. You have felt this way before. Are you just saying that to make me happy? Oh, this is the safest I've ever felt in any relationship. No, it's okay. You ain't gotta lie to me. You've been in love many times before and it just didn't work out. You become so much more authentic when you're in your 30s. There's no need to lie to each other. It's a red flag at this point. No need to lie to each other. Let's just tell the truth. Let's be straight up. Let's be straight up with each other. Sammy White, can't wait to see you in Chicago. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a good time. And someone on TikTok says, when you get into a toxic relationship at 19 and get out at 35, you never felt that way before. Well, potentially, but if you've been in a toxic relationship from the ages of 19 to 35, you at some point in that relationship felt ecstatic. There's no way a relationship that has been toxic for 16 years has been toxic all the time. In fact, I mean, an old trick that narcissists use is, they use the whole tug of war thing. That, I'm a push, pull, push, pull. I'm gonna give you a little bit of bait, reel you in, bring it in, and then I'm just gonna disconnect. I'll ghost you for a little bit. I won't talk to you. I'll be super sweet one day, the next day I'm not sweet. So you have felt that way before, just not consistently, but you felt that way at some point in the relationship. And one reason that there's a lot of reasons to not be with somebody who is narcissistic, but one of the biggest reasons to not stay in a toxic relationship is the fact that if you stay in a toxic relationship for too long, that becomes your love language. You stay in a toxic relationship for too long, it becomes difficult to be in a healthy relationship. So for the person who is in a toxic relationship for 16 years, it would be helpful to take some time for yourself and get to know who you are and what you really like. Just take some time for yourself, maybe even a year and a half to not date at all. Because after you leave a toxic relationship, you have taste for toxic. You don't have taste for healthy. If somebody healthy comes into your life, you're going to push them away, unintentionally or intentionally. But you no longer have taste for healthy. And there's a lot of people out here who don't have taste for healthy. Like healthy is like nasty vegetables. You're like, oh, that person's healthy. I want toxic. I want toxic. I want toxic. I want, because that's your love language now. So you gotta be careful with how long you stay in a negative situation. Yeah, because healthy will look boring. Healthy will look boring. So you'll be sitting there in a relationship and there's nothing to fix. There's no issues, and you're like, something's not right here. I don't know what's right, but something ain't right. Something ain't right. So try not to stay in unhealthy situations for too long, as best as you can. Sometimes it's hard. You might be living with them. Maybe y'all have assets in both of y'all's names, like the living situation. Like I get that. Rent is high, so like we're cohabitating. Look, there's some situations that some extenuating circumstances, but by and large, if you can get away, make a run for it. Make a run for it. Brett, you know who I want in the NFL draft? I'm gonna go for the Titans taking Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame. That's who I want. I'm stuck between a defensive lineman or Jeremiah Love, but I think Jeremiah Love is a special talent. I think that bringing him to Tennessee will really help us. So I'm a Jeremiah Love fan. That's who I'm gonna say we should take. I was called too boring, so now I'm toxic. Destiny, no. Destiny, no. No, you fell into their trap. Destiny, no. No. They got you too. They got you too. They got you. Oh my goodness. But I mean, this happens a lot. After you've been through certain situations, sometimes you become what trapped you. Like you got to get out of these situations because you pick up bad habits. You take a bad habit to a healthy person, they won't keep you around for long. Bad habits only work with people who aren't working on themselves. So toxic needs to remain with toxic. Toxic and healthy doesn't really, it's like oil and water. Every now and then, it'll work, but toxic really meshes with toxic. And you can be healthy and calm while being interesting. You definitely can, especially if you're somebody who has ADHD. If you got ADHD, your life already brings you enough adventures. Oh, where are the keys at? Oh, I lost the keys. Am I going to be late to work today? Am I going to be late to this job interview? Am I going to be late to the airport? We have 5 minutes to find the keys or else we're going to miss our flight. That's enough adventure right there. That's enough to stimulate you. So just find you somebody who has ADHD as well. That's enough to stimulate you. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Somebody hit you in the rib? Oh, okay, all right. Now, I felt like this shouldn't have to be said, but if somebody puts their hands on you, two things. And look, nobody should ever put hands on anybody else. Man to woman, woman to man, woman to woman, man to man. We should all keep our hands to ourselves. Hands should be, you know, in grade school when they made you go like this. Hands to self. In second grade, they taught you about keeping your hands to yourself. You keep your hands to yourself. You don't put your hands in somebody's lunch or somebody's face. You keep your hands to yourself like this. Hands should be to themselves. So for all of us, hands should be to ourselves. So if somebody, puts their hands on you or vice versa, the relationship is over. Same with if one person calls the cops on the other person. I think at that point, the thing is over. The thing is over. My adventure tonight is looking for my passport for my flight in June. Oh, Mickey Ficky, June's almost here. April, May, June, 2 months. And as of right now, you still have time to get another passport. But time is quickly going by. Alyssa says, I was on all the apps last year, but put the apps romance on hold until I work out my issues with abandonment and self-esteem. Alyssa, love of the show, go see you. Love of the show, go see you, Alyssa, because it takes a lot for us to pause and sit back and realize that we have, to work on ourselves. So shout out to you, because you could be repeating the same patterns with new faces. So it's helpful sometimes to just take a step back and figure out how you can get better for yourself, and then put yourself back out there to the dating community. Super smart. Super smart. And Human Ordeal says, my love language and social connections include touch. Oh no, touch is very important. But I'm talking about not putting your hands on anybody. But we all need touch. We all need to be touched. You feel me? Whether it's the Mickey Ficky, right? Whether we shucking, even if we're not, hugs are therapeutic. We all need hugs. We all need hugs. I like the Vols, but my main football team is for college is the Alabama Crimson Tide. And Leilani, thank you for that comment as well, because clearly I can't get back to all the comments. So shout out to you, Leilani, for saying that. And let me see. I dropped the third one in. What number are we on? Look at me forgetting what number we're on. I don't know if I dropped the third one in. Y'all let me know if I dropped number 3 in or not. I think we're on number 4. Roll Tide! Roll Tide! And some people don't like hugs. So that's okay too. If you're not a hugger, you don't have to adjust yourself just because people think that you should be hugging. 3 is next. Gotcha. I figured as much. Number 3. Ignoring patterns because yeah, we are on 3. The feelings are strong. All right. Number 3, ignoring patterns because the feelings are strong. So if you've been around the block and you've been dating for a little bit, you kind of know what bad patterns look like. You know that if after the first date, somebody tells you that they love you, that's a red flag. You know that if somebody is trying to check through your phone on a second date, that's a red flag. You know, if somebody spends the whole first date talking about their ex and how that person was an awful person, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. So those are just a couple of patterns that are not the healthiest, okay? And when you pick up on these things and you ignore it just because the feelings are strong, it doesn't normally work out well for you. It doesn't normally work out well. Because sometimes we go on dates and we're so concerned about whether the person likes us, but we need to be asking whether we like that person. Do I actually like this person? Or am I too consumed with the notion of them potentially liking me and me people pleasing so that they can like me? When the feelings are strong, you overlook a lot of things. And I can just speak on behalf of the men. Fellas, we've overlooked a lot in the name of, lust. Women, same thing, overlook a lot in the name of lust and limerence and feelings and dopamine. You know that this person ain't the healthiest for you, but you don't care. You're just vibing. You're just vibing. Tifa says, you give him an inch, he'll take you down 95 off exit 3. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. OG Wow says, hit on 2 or 3 of those. Now I'm a single mom of a 6-month-old. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Sorry that's been your experience, OG Wow. That's definitely tough. Definitely tough. But yeah, ignoring patterns because the feelings are strong. And as neurodivergence, what have I told you about feelings and emotions? We feel things intensely. When we're upset, we're really upset. We feel like it's the end of the world. When somebody betrays us, we're like, oh, heck no. How could you betray me? Like, you of all people, like you feel that rejection so deeply. At the same time, when you get happy, you get too happy to where you overcommit the plans. Oh yeah. I'll come to the picnic. Are you sure you come to the picnic? Like, it's after your baby shower. Yeah, I'll come. You overcommit to things because you're way too happy. So when you're feeling these strong emotions as a neurodivergent, it's hard to detach yourself from the feelings and to make a rational decision. It's all about keeping rationality at the forefront. What's a rational decision I can make here? I need to think with my head, not with my heart, or not below the belt. Okay? We don't think belly button down. We need to think with our head. You gotta lock in. Stay locked in. Stay locked in. Haley says unpredictability in the beginning and then get bored when it becomes predictable. Oh no. This is definitely specifically an ADHD thing. You like the unpredictability in the beginning, and when things become predictable, you feel like you need to get out of the relationship. And I had a friend call me up and he was like, hey, Kojo, I know you talk about that ADHD stuff. You put it in your stand-up. You make content about it. I need help. My girl and I, we've been dating for a couple of months and everything is great, but she has ADHD and she's working on treating her ADHD. But I feel like we're having issues in our relationship and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I was like, hey, brother, I love you, but I think your girl is becoming bored of you. And that's not saying that she wants to cheat or that she wants different. It's just that you become too predictable. You got to switch it up. I can drop a whole guide on dating women with ADHD. You got to switch it up. Even the route that you take to get home, every now and then, make a couple of left turns. Take the wrong exit. Take the scenic route. The restaurants that you go to, every Tuesday you get tacos. You go to that Mexican spot. Switch it up. We're getting Italian tonight. Switch it up. Switch it up. Just on a random day, say, hey, we're going to the picnic. We're going to buy food at the grocery store. We're going to the picnic. It's going to turn her on because she's like, oh, really? I thought you wanted to watch the game. Oh, I'll watch the game later on tonight, but we're going to go outside and eat. We're going to the picnic. You have to keep her on her toes. There are ways to keep women with ADHD on their toes without cheating. Obviously, if she thinks you're cheating and she's trying to go through your phone, that gives her that sense of unpredictability. You don't need that. You just gotta switch. You gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up. You need to accidentally lose the keys inside the house. Lock yourself outside of the house on accident while there's water boiling on the stove. That will give her the unpredictability that she needs. Keep her on her toes. You got to keep her on her toes. Keep her on her toes. Madison says, do neurospicy people tend to attract each other without knowing? Yes. That's why I found a lot of neurospicy people attract each other not knowing that they're neurospicy. So the same thing that brings you close to each other tends to be the thing that will pull you apart. I had somebody tell me that when I was younger. I never got it. I get it now. The same thing that the things that attract you to each other tend to be the things that pull you apart. It sucks. Like you liked her because you work so hard all the time, but whenever you hang out with her, you get to relax a little bit. She shows you different parts of life. Y'all watching movies and TV shows, and you're actually watching TV, and it's not just sports or video games. Like she's taught you about all these different board games. She's shown you a whole different part of life. At the same time, she liked him because he's hardworking and he's driven and he has all these family values. But then you start to hate him because he's too busy all the time. Likewise with the guy, you liked her because she, was your break away from working so hard. But now it's like, dang, you feel like she doesn't have the same drive that you have, or you have to constantly entertain her. So the same thing that brings you together tends to pull you apart. It sucks. It really sucks. And the chicken teriyaki was good. It's always good. It's always good. It is always good. I just may lose taste for it, but it's always good. Henry says, I actually felt seen by you. I appreciate that. And OG Wow says, what if they never kept their word? Isn't that unpredictable, but it bothered me? Oh, yeah. So somebody who makes promises but doesn't keep their word, that is unpredictability. And that'll keep you on your toes. So sometimes they can get a rise out of you. It's not the thing that you should, have an affinity for, but it will keep you on your toes. If somebody promises something, but they don't follow through. Because now it's like the next time they promise is like, okay, will they come through this time? Or are they just saying that because it sounds good? Or do they actually have the intent to follow through on this thing? So that will give you some unpredictability. It will. It really will. Let's see. TikTok comments are funny. TikTok comments are funny. Ooh, number 4. Ooh, number 4. This was a big one. Ooh. This one's kind of piggybacking off of number 2. What's expected of you? This is piggybacking off of number 2. Trying to act normal and doing exactly what's expected of you. Because sometimes you know what people kind of expect from you and what you're praised for. So it makes it hard for you to do what you actually want to do and be who you actually are, aka masking at home. And Shauna says, until I recognized the boredom factor in my marriage, I realized I was creating chaos that caused trouble in our marriage. And the running joke online is that women are not accountable. I know y'all have seen the post, but this is a running joke. Women are not accountable. Women are allergic to accountability. And women never admit when they're wrong. So that's the running joke, but we know that we cannot speak in absolutes. And Shauna here is admitting that the boredom factor in her marriage led to her creating chaos. So that's the love of the show right there. The self-awareness. Because once you're self-aware, now you can actually make the change. So it's not you versus him or him versus you. It's y'all versus the boredom. You just have to switch things up. Sometimes we become too predictable in our routines. Every now and then, like I said, take a different route home. Go eat somewhere else. On a random Sunday, say, hey, we're going to go for a walk, a 2-mile walk. We're just going to walk with no destination plan. Let's just walk and see where the vibes take us. You got to switch it up. You got to switch it up. Boredom is not good for any of us who have ADHD. All of us, anybody in this live stream right now who has ADHD, boredom is your enemy. You would rather be busy than be bored. Think back to all the times in your life that you got in trouble. Just pause for a second and think back to the times in your life when you've gotten into trouble. I guarantee you that 90% of those times you were bored. You were trying to scratch your itch and you were bored. And before you knew it, you were texting an ex. Before you knew it, you were texting somebody that you shouldn't have been texting. Before you knew it, you impulsively quit a job because it didn't stimulate you. So boredom is not our friend. Boredom is not our friend. We got to be very careful with boredom. And Madison's saying, I lose interest quickly. Boredom is not our friend, guys. Boredom is not good for us. We need something to stimulate us, to keep us on our toes. That's in relationships and outside of relationships. And go back to number 4, trying to act normal and doing exactly what's expected of you. Like I said, there are certain things that people expect out of us, the things that people praise us for. It becomes very difficult to do anything outside of that. Because if you get compliments for being a great violin player, why wouldn't you continue to play the violin? Like, you want that affirmation, that positive reinforcement. But sometimes we forget who we are. And when this happens in a relationship, then you're not being authentically yourself. So when you're at home and it's just you and your partner or the person that you're talking to, that's the time that you should actually be yourself. All of the off the wall things that you say when you're home by yourself, you should have the liberty to say that around your partner. You shouldn't be walking around eggshells as if you can get canceled at home. No, you need somebody who you can tell the truth to. And look, this is very difficult, actually. It's harder than you think. I know some of y'all are like, oh, this is common sense. Like, why wouldn't I drop the mask at home? Like, I wouldn't date somebody who have to mask around. But this is harder than you think, guys. It's actually harder than you think to be authentically you with somebody that was a stranger 3 months ago. No, that's quite difficult. That's quite difficult. But if you can figure out how to be yourself and you do what you want to do as opposed to doing what's expected of you, that will help you be authentically yourself. There's no point in dating somebody and having to mask. Because if you mask, look, let's say you mask when you're dating somebody and things are going well. Okay, that's good. But now you have to continue to mask. You can't just drop it all of a sudden one day. They won't know who the heck you are. In fact, you're going to freak them out. You're going to freak them out. You're going to freak them out. They're like, who is this person? Like, I don't recognize who you are. You're like, oh no, this is me. I've been this way this is who I am. They're like, and then you're thinking to yourself, oh no, I shouldn't have shown them who I am. Like, now they know who I am. They're not going to like me. Maybe they won't like you. Maybe not. But who cares? I like me. When you can get to that point, it's powerful. Now, you may have to pay for this by being a bit more lonely than you'd like to be, okay? You may have to pay for this by, loneliness. But at least you get to stay true to yourself. A lot of us, especially those of us who are late diagnosed, ADHD and or autism, a lot of us are, in our grown age, 25, 35, 45, 55, and we don't know who we are. Talk to somebody who has been diagnosed later in life, or maybe you've been diagnosed later in life. Ask yourself, do you know who you are? Ask these folks, do you know who you are? A lot of them will say no, like, I'm just now learning who I am. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just now learning who I am, and I'm 41. I get those comments I get hundreds of DMs, and a good fraction of the DMs are comments just like that. I just got diagnosed last week. I'm 41, I'm 42. I don't know who I am. Isn't that a scary thought? Somebody waking up at 41, 42 saying, I don't know who I am. And you're raising kids the whole time. You're in a relationship, but you don't know who you are. Because you've been masking for so long. You've been doing what's expected of you. It's important to delineate and figure out, what do you think people want me to do? And what am I praised for versus what do I actually want to do? This is very difficult. Take the stand-up comedy, for example. I realized I've been doing it for 5 years now. I realized early on that I enjoy stand up and that it's not just a hyperfixation that will go away, that I want to continue with it. But there was a point where my publicist was saying, "Hey, Kojo, stand up is risky. You could say something on stage that could cost you your whole career. It can cost you brand deals and endorsements. The safe thing to do is to just avoid stand up altogether. Just avoid it." But I had this fire within me. I said, I could do that, but it doesn't feel like it's me. And I'm proud of myself for standing up for my dream, because if you don't know who you are, if you don't stand up for something, then you'll fall for anything. So it's important to understand that, okay, people can praise us for certain things, and it doesn't mean that we have to stop doing, a couple of things that the society benefits from, us doing. You don't have to stop things, but it's important to know that there are things that you want to do, and you still do those things. You still do those things. Don't give up some just because you think you have to give it up. And no, Lisa, it is scary waking up at 41. So you can relate. 41, 58. Took 10 years to finally drop the mask. Look at that. It takes a long time to drop the mask. A long time. A long time. So bump your partner knowing who you are. Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? And if you don't, that's okay. But it's time to figure out who you are. Like, who actually am I when there are no expectations that have been levied upon me? That's a really good question to ask yourself. Relationship or no relationship, just ask yourself, who am I when I strip away all of the society's expectations on me? What my mom wants, what my dad wants, what my school wants, what my friends want, what my partner wants. I just strip all that away. And for a second, none of that matters. Then I ask myself again, who am I? Oh, that's a deep question, especially for a Monday night. But it's something to think about. And Oleg on TikTok says, I don't know which me is the real me. Right. We have a couple of different personalities. It's like, damn, like which one is me for real? And which ones are the fake me? Like, who's the fake me? Who's the real me? Like, what's what? Megalyn says, when I unmasked, my chronic migraine stopped. Look at that. Unmasking can affect your health. Masking can affect your health as well. Bruce, at 66 years old, I'm not sure I know. I think this is a very comforting comment. And Bruce, thank you for sharing this comment. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, because those of us who are not 66 see this comment, and it gives us a permission to breathe. To breathe. And it lets us know that it's okay if we don't know who we are. It's better to admit that you don't know who you are and then go on a journey to look for the most authentic version of you, as opposed to, capping. You ain't got to cap. You ain't got to lie to kick it. You can be who you are. But sometimes, depending on the environment that you're in, you cannot be who you are. Okay? If you're with somebody and you've been masking for the past 2 years with them, it's going to be pretty hard for you to drop the mask, because now you're going to be a different person. You're going to be your actual person, but now you have to figure out whether the person that you're dating, married to, talking to, just shucking, you have to see whether that person and the new you will gel. And the new you is really the old you. Because whenever you figure out who you are, you kind of go back to the earlier versions of yourself, like when you were a kid. Like when you were a kid and you were doing things without the fear of judgment. Like, that's the real you. That's the real you. So the new you is really the old you. But it's new to you because you haven't been this person in 30 years, in 40 years, in 50 years. It's tough. It's tough. Who are you? That's a deep question. And yeah, no, it is time for water break, actually. Someone dropped the magic word in the chat. We should be doing the water break at 30 minutes, but obviously, I get to talking. I get to rambling. But yeah, we could definitely use a water break. Czanny on TikTok says, cheers. And Cece, I'll see you in New York. Thank you for supporting. 30 years old, mental health advocate, addiction advocate. Okay, Cece. I'm looking forward to meeting you in New York City, June 11th. Big cheers, y'all. Mm. Woo. Feeling good. Feeling good. Cece, I'm excited. June 11th, New York City. New York is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. We're going to put on an amazing show for you, Cece. You and your fellow New Yorkers. So June 11th at Rodney's Comedy Club. We'll be in New York City. The following week, we'll be in Chicago, Illinois at the Comedy Bar, June 18th. So those are the third and fourth dates on tour. And like I said, we will be adding more cities. We're looking to add San Antonio, Phoenix, Seattle, just to name a few. So right now we have 4 dates on the tour, but we're looking right now actively to add more. Cece, you're in Jersey, but you're coming? Awesome. You're making the trek from Jersey to come to New York City for the show. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're making me smile. I'm getting pumped. I'm getting pumped. I'm getting pumped. And 97 Indian UK asks, how do you balance alone time and needing to recover with deciding to date and be in a relationship? Guys, so look, I am a fan of radical honesty. And you know what that means? That means telling the truth radically. At the same time, there's a way to deliver things that are harsh for somebody to hear with love. So you don't want to deliver words that are already sharp without tact. Okay? There's a way to deliver these words. All right? So when you need alone time and you need time to recover, you should kindly let your person know. No need to be nice, but it does help to be kind. Let your person know, hey, I am somebody who needs a lot of alone time. So whenever we don't see each other, I'm recovering. And I also have other responsibilities and things that I need to do. So if we don't hang out but once or twice a week, that's enough for me. I still want to see you. I'm still thinking about you, but I cannot see you 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. I need time to handle my responsibilities. And sometimes I need a day all by myself to do nothing. And people will confuse your free time with your available time. You can't let people do that to you. My free time is not my available time. My free time is for me to rot in bed, to doom scroll, to fart in my room and laugh, to go outside and run in the backyard, to play hide and seek with my dog, to order DoorDash off of Wendy's, to go to the park and touch grass. But my free time is not my available time. You have to train people to recognize that. Because just because I'm free don't mean I'm available. I need time to relax. Let me relax. So you may need a day where nobody's bothering you. A decompressing day. I advocate this for every neurodivergent. I hope every neurospicy hears this and is able to apply this in their lives. Every neurospicy needs to have one day out of the week where you have no responsibilities. You're not tethered to anything. And you can relax and spend your day however you want. If you want to play video games for 12 hours, do it. You want to doom scroll for 12 hours and watch YouTube and read books and watch documentaries or watch Netflix all day. You want to watch all the movie marathons. You want to watch all the Sister Acts and all the Fast and Furious movies. Yeah, do that. You need one day out of the week where nobody asks you for anything, and you got to protect those days. And sometimes you want to combine that day with a day that you want to see a person just because you don't want to let them down. So it's like, all right, well, come over. I'm not doing anything on Saturday. I'm not doing anything on Sunday. So like, just come over. No, you're gonna be annoyed that they came over. You need that time to relax. Take that day to relax and to do nothing. Do nothing. And I have seen some people who are able to coexist amongst each other without needing the other person. Now that's pretty neat. I like that type of thing. For some reason, I struggle to find that in relationships, but I really love that. Like I love it when I'm here on my live stream and it's what 7:47 p.m. on the West Coast. I'm here on my live stream. I'm doing my thing. I'm talking to my community. And instead of her waiting in the living room, like, when's Kojo gonna be done? Like, when's Kojo gonna be done? Like, oh, he's spent so much. He's been on there for an hour. It's been an hour, and oh, when's Kojo gonna be done? Instead of her waiting for me to be done, she's doing her own thing. Maybe she's on her own live stream. Maybe she's watching her own show. Maybe she's in her own world. But if we can go back to having parallel play as adults, I want to play right here. You play right there. Yeah, parallel play, that's exactly what it is. Extra sugar, please. That's exactly what it is. Leilani, gotcha. 1 hour mark. I'll be on for like maybe 10 more minutes before I have to get this in emails. We're still working on the prep for the Houston show. Photographers, videographers, security, all that stuff. So I just have to sign off on email and stuff. So I'm gonna hang out for 10 more minutes. But parallel play is so important. It's so important. Like if I can be here and I can play right here and you can play right there, I will love you for forever. Just let me play right here and you play right there. Ooh, that turned me on so much. Ooh, Ooh, I'm getting turned on. Just imagining her being over there by herself and I'm over here. I love it. 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 Like I would like to be the overbearing person in a relationship for once. Like let me be the person who I'm trying to hang out with you and you've had enough of me. Like I never had that dynamic because I was the other way around because I'm insanely busy. But man, let's be in our own worlds within our own world. Like the two of us can create our own world, but I'm on this side of my earth and you're on that side of your earth. And we're vibing. Yeah. Woo. That feels so good. Man. Parallel play. Parallel play. This is how long-term relationships work. Yeah. Look at me having timers on for tonight. Yeah, we'll get to them emails in time. My friends are all in 20 plus years. They each do their own thing. No, guys, the majority of successful relationships I've seen have some element of parallel play within it. I promise you, I have seen that. They have some element of parallel play. Both partners have some aspect of independence and they're okay doing their own thing, but then they can also come to each other and then do their thing combined. But you need time for yourself. Ooh, ooh, ooh. When she quietly plays video games, ooh, it's a turn on. She quietly plays video games in the other room. Ooh, I like that. Oh, and then I can play NCAA or MLB The Show. Look, I mean, I got a TV right here, one in the living room. I got multiple PlayStations. Like, you do your thing, let me do my thing. And then at the end of the night, we can come together for the shucking, for the makey fakey. But until then, let me be. Let me live. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. And this is the best relationship flex. This is the best relationship flex. This is a power couple to me. This sounds like a power couple. Like this should be the new definition of a power couple, not a woman who's doing this and making this amount of money and a guy who's making this amount of money and doing this. No, a power couple is a couple where one person can be in their own world and another person can be in their own world. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Parallel play is so important. I might look over and save once in a while. Yeah, might look over and wave once in a while. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. You come into my room, You wave and say hi. I say, hey, hi. How you doing? Are you having fun over there? Yeah, I'm having fun. Okay, awesome. Just checking in on you. Cool, cool. I'm good. Thank you for checking in on me. Thank you for being so kind. I'll see you in a couple of hours. See you then. Oh, one of the biggest reasons why relationships don't work is because one person feels as if the other person wants them to be a certain way. Like you don't feel like you can be yourself. You can't be yourself. And it's hard to keep that up. That's not sustainable. Because if you're changing who you are to make a certain situation work, the situation will only work as long as you stay this version of yourself. It's not who you actually are, but you have to stay this version or risk the relationship not working. That's why it's best to show yourself as soon as you can. Like the sooner you can show yourself, the better. The better. Leilani says, my uncle and aunt have been married for over 30 years. Successful relationship. My uncle loves sleeping in his recliner. So most of the time they don't sleep together, but they love each other so much. They just get each other. This is a great relationship right here. And Leilani, speaking about your uncle and aunt, my uncle and aunt, one of my uncles, has been married to his wife for 27 years. And they sleep in separate bedrooms. And they say that's one of the keys to their marriage. They have a combined room, but then they also have each their separate rooms. They can choose to sleep in their separate rooms, or they can choose to sleep in their shared room. I heard that idea. I fell in love with that idea so much. I said, that is the best idea I've ever heard. And everybody in my family was saying, Coach, no, don't co-sign that idea. Don't co-sign that idea. It makes no sense. Married people should be sleeping in the same room. I'm like, I don't know what the rules are, but that sounds like freedom to me. Maybe I'm the autistic person in the family and I say the wrong things, but that sounds like freedom to me. You have your room, I have my room. We can meet in the middle if we need to. But I got space where I can do my thing. And she got space where she can do her thing. My uncle was so excited to tell us about this idea. He said, yeah. He said, I got my room over here and she has her room over here. And when we combine and I come together, that thing is fresh. He said, hey. He said, when he's over here, he's in his own world, and she's in her own world. But when they combine, he said, it's as if he's never had it before. Like his wife is fresh. She's a whole new woman. She's a brand new woman because he's had space to do his thing, and she's had space to do her thing. So when they come together, that thing is fresh. That thing is fresh. That makey ficky is ficking. That makey ficky is ficking. The shucking is on a whole different level because she got her chance to do whatever she needed to do, and he could be over there. That sounds like an outstanding idea. I've never heard anything nicer than that, relationship wise. It sounds so good. I would love that. I would love that. Ooh. Oh, my uncle's accent. Oh, Uncle Dad. Yo, he's a real comedian. Oh my goodness, you should hear him. Uncle Dad, he'll be like, my wife will be over here. I will be over here. That thing is fresh. It's fresh. I'm like, okay, Uncle Dad. Like, okay, all right. I believe you. That thing is fresh. But I was like, hey, he's neurodivergent and he don't know it. He's neurospicy and he don't know it. I was like, oh my goodness. Uncle Dad. Oh my goodness. I love him. You gotta love him. Biggie Picky. And older woman might be with, maybe it's an older woman. She gotta respect it. I need the space. Oh, Uncle Dad. Oh my goodness, we're having fun here tonight. Yeah, what a good live stream, y'all. What a great live stream. This is a amazing live stream. Funky Flesh. Yeah. Facts. Hypnotic Funky Flesh. And flesh with a W. That's what he's talking about. It's flesh. It's flesh. Mm, man. What a idea. A golden idea. A golden idea. Man. Uncle Dan. Lieutenant Dan from First. Ah, my goodness. Nah, this is what I need. I'm telling you, this is what I need. This is what I need. Oh, Big Mama. Shout out to the big mamas out there. I could use me a big mama or two. Or three. Three's a max, but three. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Guys, we are 6 days away from the big Neurodivergent Comedy War Tour kicking off in Houston, Texas. We're 6 days away from the tour kicking off. Once again, thank you so much for. Someone said, "Come get a Big Mama." Where Big Mama at? Thank you so much for selling out the first show on the tour. It's so exciting. I've never sold out a show before this tour, and now we have 2 sold out shows, one in Houston and one in Nashville. And I'm eternally grateful for your support. Every person who's commented, liked, shared, subscribed, followed. Your support means the world to me. We're moving tickets. This tour is going to be amazing. I've been dreaming about Houston every single night. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. And I cannot wait to see y'all come through. We saw at the first show. We've added a second show, and we have tickets that are still available for the second show, both in Houston and in Nashville. So in 6 days, the tour kicks off, and I expect to see you there. If you can make it, I'd love to see you there. It's going to be amazing. I want y'all to meet my team. I want y'all to see the Neurospicy crew I hang out with. All of us are silly, and all of us are crazy, but all of us are big-hearted people who just want to make you laugh. We just want to make you laugh, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a great time, an amazing time in Houston. It's going to be so amazing. Lovita, you are brave to sit in the front row. You're brave to sit in the front row. We're going to talk to you, and we might pick on you out of love, but we're going to talk to you. We're going to talk to you. We're going to have these big cameras in your. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But we will have our camera crew. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so awesome. It's going to be so awesome. So the comedy clubs are. Oh, you can handle it? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, Big Mama. Okay, Big Mama. Okay. She said she can handle it. Awesome. Yeah, none of us are afraid to talk to the crowd. I love talking to the crowd. I love seeing who has the guts to sit in the front row. I love talking to the crowd. I love talking to the crowd. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So brace yourselves for an amazing show in Houston, Texas. We kick off in just 6 days. 6 days. I mean, I remember months back, I was telling myself, okay, we're going to be in Houston April the 26th. I can't wait for it. It's going to be amazing. Just a couple more months. Now we're a week away. We're a week away. Oh yeah. You work in psych. You work in psych. So okay, yeah. You shouldn't be surprised. Elena, get the tickets for the Nashville show. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Just 6 days away from Houston, Texas. I'm pumped. I am pumped. I don't know what to say. Like, I've been talking with the team. We have everybody. Flights are booked. Reservations are made. Team is good to go. Just a matter of getting out to Houston and doing our thing. So I plan to enjoy Houston a little bit. I'm planning to enjoy it. Check out the Lakers game on Friday. Hopefully the Lakers can sweep the Rockets. I'm sorry, Houston, I love y'all, but I'm pulling for my Lakers. So it'll be good to see LeBron play with his son in Houston. Hopefully that's the last game of the series and the Lakers can sweep it. Maybe we'll get the chance to go to an Astros game. I love the Astros park. Oh, 1 second. Oh, look at me. I got a meeting at 8 o'clock. Look at me forgetting. Bang. And 2, 3 minutes. Let them know if that's cool. Look at us getting busy. Look at us getting busy. Mickey Ficky. We're busy as we go down the stretch. Oh, your husband works at the new Titan Stadium? Elena, that's so cool. That's so cool. Wow. Wow. That's dope. And SGT on TikTok says, go find a nice woman in San Antonio. Is Big Mama in San Antonio? If Big Mama's in San Antonio, then I'm gonna come out there. If Big Mama's not there, then I'm not coming to San Antonio. But if Big Mama is in San Antonio, Texas, I'm gonna be there then. The meet and greets are after the show. Brittany, I cannot wait. It's gonna be so good. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Big Mamas, come out. Come on out, Big Mamas. You're a medium mama. Okay, well, you go on somewhere and bring out Big Mama. Let me know when Big Mama come out. That's what I'm looking for. Who is Big Mama? You tell me. I'm looking for her. I'm looking for. I'm looking for. All right. I need to stop fooling around. Get out of this meeting. Oh, the Big Mamas are in San Antonio? Is that what okay? Then I'll be there. I'll be there. San Antonio, Texas. I'm a petite non-mama. Well, okay. Y'all congregate together and show me where the Big Mamas are at. Oh, there we go, Big Mama. Nashville, Tennessee, 5'9", okay? Yeah, that's Big Mama. 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 5'9". 5'9" is a good. I'm 6'3", so we can handle 5'9", Big Mama. We can handle that. Shout out to little mamas too. Shout out to all love to little mamas. Shout out to little mamas, but shout out to the big mamas too. Okay, all right. I gotta get onto these emails, y'all. All right, y'all. I gotta get going. We'll be back on live stream again tomorrow, 6-ish West Coast time, 9-ish East Coast time, 8-ish Nashville, Houston time, 7-ish Nebraska, Utah time, Arizona time, 6-ish California time, 5-ish Alaska time, 4-ish Hawaii time, 2 a.m.-ish United Kingdom, England time. So great live stream, and I'll see you all once again here in a little less than 24 hours. The quick recap of the 4 traps. Let me recap those 4 traps once more. Number 1 was moving way too fast. 4 AuDHD traps to be mindful of. Number 1, moving way too fast. Number 2, not saying what you're thinking early enough. And then number 3, ignoring patterns because the feelings are too strong. And number 4, trying to act normal instead of being yourself. And y'all, tomorrow, remind me about the Big Mama conversation so we can pick it back up. And I'll do some thinking, and I'll figure out what constitutes a Big Mama, hiding everything. So we'll pick up this conversation tomorrow because I really want to pick it up. So I need to know what constitutes a big or a medium mama. All right, because I'm looking for. All right, I gotta get going. All right, good night. Love y'all.